Edmonton doesn't need another career politician. Edmonton needs change and new leadership. And I am ready to serve. It's time to shine, Edmonton. Let's shine brighter together. They're not on the right track. That's why I'm running for mayor. Property taxes are out of control for a lot of vanity spends. What accountability means to me is that there's a consequence to your actions or your inactions. Our elected officials are allowed to raise our taxes, blow through our budgets, put us further into debt, yet they all received raises.
Mr. Hartmell, you've been part of the problem. You said it yourself. If in fact you've been a councillor for 8 years, have you not been listening to your constituents?
City Hall has prioritized shiny new projects while neglecting the fundamentals. So my commitment is simple. Bring fiscal discipline back to City Hall by focusing on the essentials first. We deserve a city that works and a mayor who puts people over projects.
And let's freeze property taxes. What are you going to cut in order to accomplish that?
Well, I know freezing taxes, balancing budgets, and stopping borrowing won't be easy, but the goalpost has to be there, or else we'll keep digging ourselves into debt. My opponents, they talk about fiscal responsibility, then approve and dream up crazy pet projects, like a gondola down White Ave like Tim Carmel here, or a bullet train to the airport, or $500 million rec centers like Andrew Knack. I'm not here to sell dreams. We need discipline, and that's what I'll deliver.
Most people. This has been a very expensive 4 years. Taxes is only
part of the problem is that Michael left us with a real
seconds.
mess at the end of his term at council. We can talk about electric buses. I think Andrew's going to have to answer that one.
The best way to revitalize downtown is by bringing people downtown. And the most powerful way we have to do that is through housing. If you want to really revitalize downtown, you have people live there, work there, shop there. That's what creates vibrancy every single day, not just on game night. When people live downtown, businesses also thrive, and Edmonton remains competitive.
Building a relationship with the police. We've got career politicians here that are talking about things that they want to do, but they didn't do when they had the opportunity.
But you're a career.
You've served as many years as I have.
If I could, one of the things
Let's hear from Mr. Jeffer. Go ahead.
Good news, and I appreciate Dr. Mohammed's suggestion. We already have dedicated infrastructure programs to renew all of our major infrastructure, from our bridges to our roads to our communities. But that also does generate more construction, and that's why we need to not stop investing in that infrastructure, but we just need to make sure we're doing it in a better way.
Thank you. With all due respect, Mr. Knack, you say that you have a plan and everything's coordinated and whatnot, but then you drive downtown, 104th Ave, Jasper Ave is torn up at the same time. Those are two parallel arteries. That's absolutely ridiculous. When construction is on the roads there, you're putting businesses at odds with success. People can't access it. People don't want to go and visit those businesses. It's completely uncoordinated, so I strongly disagree. That's why an impact plan and a coordinated plan must be done, and it has to be done with better user-friendly access.
And I also wonder where
safety begins with security, right? We have to consider that as home insecurity goes up and food insecurity goes up, so does desperation and crime. So we have to address home insecurity first with housing first solutions, with wraparound services. And food insecurity, I'm going to address with a city-supported discount grocery store. But enforcement's key as well. And people commit crimes, they end up in jail and back out on the streets, which is why I want to establish what I call a prolific offender task force. Safety is not negotiable. By addressing the root causes of crime with upstream solutions and stronger enforcement, that's how we make our city safe.
Okay, thank you.
Our boys in blue are being strangled, to be honest. They've become a lot of pretty much mental health care workers for the most part. In terms of our public spaces, we can do this smarter. If we look at our public transit, 75% of Edmontonians fear becoming victims of violence on public transit, which is why ridership is actually down from where it should be. My plan is clear in that regard. Turnstiles to keep ferry evaders out, increase peace officers and outreach teams on buses and trains, and zero tolerance for violent offenders.
Mr. Mohammed, let's hear from you on this now.
Well, experiencing homelessness myself, I will say that there are currently over 5,000 plus active homeless in our streets, including 50 children who are unsheltered outside. Unacceptable. Our police, paramedics, and hospitals are becoming overwhelmed, and taxpayers are footing the bill. Why my plan starts with housing first solutions, with wraparound supports, addiction supports, mental health supports, and vocational services. Housing first means dignified, supportive, and immediate housing to those in need without prejudice or preconditions. this model has proven to work in cities around the world. As mayor, I will amplify this success because housing first works. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
Question, it's funny that we do things like bike lanes in a winter city. Even though I do like to bike, I will not bike when it's minus 30. Same with our single-use bylaw. We have reusable bags now that it's net negative for the environment, yet we think that human behavior will change by charging $2 a bag. I find that we do things backwards without doing full research to the actual economics. What you look at in terms of bike lanes, you measure travel by kilometers traveled, not the number of people using them. And I think that's the big misrepresentation there. Thank you.
Who else would like to jump in on this one?
Well,
to have that very conversation. And twice, Andrew and his friends on council, what he describes as the best council ever, decided not to have that conversation. And I'll remind you, in that day, I moved the motion to halt this thing until we could complete this election period and make the changes that we really need after the election. And again, I was shouted down.
I'll add one more point to that. Food insecurity in Edmonton is absolutely exploding. In fact, over 47,000 Edmontonians are using the food bank each month, which means 200,000 Edmontonians are having a hard time putting food on the table. That's why I'm going to pilot a nonprofit city-supported discount grocery store in the neighborhoods which need it most. Please look it up. Thank you.
Okay, this is obviously a hot topic.
Government, without those two talking, without having coffee together, or without building the relationships, you don't seem to solve the problems. As Andrew said, they've been waiting 4 years. Well, you're going to keep waiting if he's elected mayor for another 4 years, maybe. Maybe we need change to this kind of relationship.
All right,